The game is starting.
Game started.
I laugh in the face of danger! Humanity will rise again.
Get rid of these.
Humanity will rise again.
Wait till you see me in action. Tired of waiting. I'll play along. That may work. I have better things to do. For now. That may work. Very subtle. I'll play along. What is it now? For now. Very subtle. I have better things to do. That may work. I'll play along. For now. Insufferable lout. That may work. For now. Very subtle. I have better things to do. For now. I'll play along. For now. I'll play along. Grow tired of waiting. What is it now? Very subtle. Your life is the same. That may work. I'll play along. Very subtle. Die, fool. I'll play along. Very subtle. I have better things to do. For now. That may work. For now. Very subtle. For now. Very subtle. I'll play along. That may work. I'll play along. For now. I'll play along. That may work. Your life will sustain me. What is it now? Very subtle. Insufferable lout. I'll play along. Very subtle. For now. I'll play along. For now. I'll play along. Very subtle. I'll play along. Very subtle. Die. That may work. I have better things to do. I'll play along. That may work. I'll play along. Subtle. Very subtle. What is it now? I grow tired of waiting. Suffer out. I'll play along. For now, I'll play along. Very subtle. I must be. I'll play along. Tired of waiting. Suffer out. I have better things to do. Life is a city. I'll play along. Die. Suffer out. Your life will sustain me. I must feed. Die. I'll play along. For now. Tired of waiting. That may work. For now. That may work. For now. Double kill! I have better things to do. That may work. For now. I'll play along. I grow tired of waiting. Very subtle. I'll play along. Your life is sustained. That may work. I'll play along. Very subtle. I must feed. I'll play along. For now. That may work. Very subtle. Your life is sustained. Subtle. That may work. For now. I'll play along. I have better things to do. For now, very subtle. I'll play along. Very subtle. Suffer not. Very subtle. For now. That may work. For now. Very subtle. Die, fool! What is it now? I'll play. I'm waiting.
Of course.
Our allies' town needs help.
My path is clear. Where shall I strike? My strength is yours. Anudura. Of course. Our time is short. Anudura. I'll make short. My path is clear. Of course. At once. Victory is at hand. Anudura. Of course. My path is clear. I'll make short work. At once. Anudura. My path is clear.
Our allies' town needs help. Hello.
At once. My path is clear. I'm awake. I'm awake. Victory is at hand. My strength is yours. Of course. My path is clear. At once. course. At once. My path is
Our
clear.
allies' town needs help.
I'll make short. Anudora. At once. Bear arms. Our time is short. Anudora. I'm awake. I'm awake. Of course. Of course. Anudora. At once. Anudora.
Killing spree.
Our strength is yours. At once. Anudora. Victory is at hand. My path is clear. Our time is short. I'll make short work of it. Anudora. At once. My path is clear. At once. My path is clear. Where shall I strike? Victory is at hand.
Our allies' town needs
Anudora.
help.
My strength is yours.
Killing spree.
Where shall I strike? My path is clear. At once. My path is clear. My strength is yours. Where shall I strike? Of course. My strength is yours.
Greetings, my lord.
Where shall I strike? At once. Anudora. Of course. At once. Anudora. My strength is yours. Of course. My path. I'm awake. I'm awake. For time is short, of course. My strength is yours.
Our allies' town needs help.
Our time is short. At once. Bear arms.
Our warriors have
My
engaged
strength
the
is
enemy.
yours. Anudora. At once. My path is clear. Our time is short. My strength is yours. At once. Anudora.
Our warriors have engaged the
At
enemy.
once. Anudora. My path is clear. Of course. My path is clear. At once. Of course. Of course. My path is clear. At once. Anudora. My path is clear. Anudora. Of course. Anudora. Of course. Anudura. Once, my path is clear. At once. Of course. Anudura. And short.
Our allies' town needs help.
Double kill. Suffering fountain.
Our allies' town needs
Of
help.
course. Where shall I strike? Our time is short. My path is clear. Anudura. My path is clear.
Our allies' town needs help.
Of course. Anudura. Where shall I strike? Victory is at hand. My path is clear. At once. Anudura. Of course. At once. I'll make short work of them. Of course. At once. Of course. Anudura. Of course. Anudura. Of course. At once.
Our warriors
awake.
have engaged
I'm
the
awake.
enemy.
My path. In Nordrasil's name. Of course.
Killing spree. Double kill. Own
Of
Our
course.
allies' town needs help.
My path is clear. Of course. Anudura. Of course. At once. My path is clear. Anudura. My strength is yours. My path is clear.
Wait till you see me.
Your time is short. Anudura.
spree.
My strength is yours. Where
Dominating.
Where shall I fight?
Own domination. Double kill. Own it.
Of course. At once. My path is clear. Of course. At once. My strength is yours. Of course. My path is clear. Of course. Anudura. Of course. Our time is yours. Anudura. Of course. Aye. My strength is yours. At once. My path is clear. I'll make sure. Where shall I strike? Of course. My path is clear. Victory is at hand. Anudura. My path is clear. Our time is short. Of course. At once. Anudura. At once. Anudura. Once. My strength is yours. My path is clear. Where shall I strike? At once. Anudura. My path is clear. At once. My path is clear. At once. Of course. At once. Of course. My path is clear. Of course. My path is clear. At once. Anudura. Of course. At once. Our time is short. I'll make short work of it. Bear arms. My path is clear. Anudura. At once. I'm awake. I'm awake. Of course. Of course. Where shall I strike? Anudura. My path. Of course. At once. My path. Of course. At once. Anudura. At once. I'm awake. I'm awake. Of course. Anudura. At once. Anudura. Of course. Where shall I strike? My path is clear. Of course. Anudura. Of course.
I bow.
My strength is yours.
I have better things to do.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Where shall I strike? At once. My strength is yours. My path. At once. Of course. Anudura. Of course. At once. My path. At once. My path is clear. At once. Of course.
Our allies' tower
At
needs
once.
help.
My path is clear. I'll make sure. Of course. Anudura. Once. Of course. Anudura. Once. My path is clear. Anudura. I'm awake. I'm awake.
I believe.
Where shall I strike? Of course. I'm awake. I'm awake. My path. My strength is yours. Anudura. My path is your time is yours. Anudura. My path is I'm awake. I'm awake. Anudura. Once. Bear arms. Of course. My path. path is clear. At once. I'm awake. I'm awake. Of course. At once. Of course. My path is clear. Anodora. Of course. My path is clear. Anodora. Of course.
I am ready.
Where shall I strike? Anodora. Of course. Anodora. My strength is yours. At once. Victory is at hand. Of course. My path is clear. Anodora. I'm awake. I'm awake. Of course. Anodora. Of course. Anodora. My path is clear. Anodora. At once. Of course. At once. Of course.
Our allies' town needs help.
My path. At once. Of course. Anodora. At once. Anodora.
Killing spree.
At once. My path is clear. Anodora. At once. My path is clear. At once. My path is clear. At once. My path is clear. Anodora. At once. My path is clear. I'll make short work.
Our allies' town needs help.
Nice catch. Dominating. Anodora. Victory. My path is clear. Of course. At once. Of course. My path is clear. Unstoppable.
Of course.
Wicked solo kill.
My path is clear. Anodora. Of course. My path is clear. Anodora. Of course. Anodora. Of course. Bear arms. Anodora. Of course. Anodora. Anudura. Of course. At once. Victory is at
Our
hand.
warriors have engaged the enemy. Our allies' town needs help.
Of course. At once.
Our warriors have engaged the
Anudura.
enemy.
At once. Give me some. I'm awake. I'm awake. Anudura. Tear off. At once. My path. At once.
Our allies' town needs help.
Our time is
Killing
short.
spree. Double kill.
Of course.
Monster kill.
Anudura.
Double kill.
Anudura.
Godlike. Double kill.
Our time is short. Where shall I strike? I'm awake. I'm awake.
Triple kill.
Our allies' town needs help. Our allies' town needs help. Our
Is my
allies'
aid
town
required?
needs help.
Of course. Where shall I strike? My path is clear. Of course. My strength is yours.
Our allies' town needs help.
Anudura. My path is clear. I'm awake. I'm awake.
Double kill.
Once. My path is clear. Of course. At once. Of course. Anudura. Our
Our
time
allies'
is short.
town needs help.
I'm awake. I'm awake. Victory is at hand.
Our allies' town
Path
needs help.
is clear. Where shall I strike? The path is clear. My strength is yours. Of course. Anudura. My path.
Our
is
allies'
clear.
town needs help.
Once. My path. I'm awake. I'm awake. Anudura. Where shall I strike?
Triple kill.
Our allies' town needs help. Our allies' town needs help. Our allies' town needs help. Our allies' town needs help.
For now.
Path is clear. Of course. The path is clear. Anudura.
Our allies' town needs help.
My
Our
strength
warriors
is
have
yours.
engaged the enemy.
My path is clear. Anudura. My path is clear.